From Florida.
Fran, who's this?
These are my boyfriends.
Boyfriends, huh? Uh-oh.
I date her and Barbara all the time.
Terry, what are you doing?
Yeah, because I'm hot.
Yes, ready? Doesn't matter. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Keith
There
Swift,
you
could
go.
we have you out here at the table, please?
Signs for you to get them to do that.
Al Baca, could we have you?
Give him this one.
They don't know that. You filming it too? You filming the whole thing?
Yeah, not the whole thing, no. Just
Okay, Terry.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to welcome the team to the 2005 Senior Softball World Championships.
Yeah, that's right.
It's always an honor to welcome this group. This is the group that really started the sport. We have in here many of the pioneers of the sport. And without you guys, we wouldn't have 280 teams here this year. So I want to thank you very much. What we're going to do today is we have Joe Klein in just a minute is going to sing the Star Spangled Banner. And after that, very appropriately, we have 2 Pioneer Hall of Fame inductions to do Al Baca and Keith Swift, which we will do after that. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Joe Klein for the national anthem.
Thank you, Terry. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through that perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Sport. Many of you know them. The first inductee today is Al Baca. Al is being inducted into the Senior Softball Hall of Fame in the Pioneer category. Al is from Mesa, Arizona. He's been in senior softball for 15 years. He's been the manager of the well-known Desert Storm. Many of you have played against that team, which has chalked up a number of championships. Al himself has won 9 championship rings, 4 for the Senior Softball World Championships and 5 for the Senior Softball World Series. The last one was in 2004 with Desert Storm 80s, and he's been a manager and player for many of those teams. Probably one of the most significant of many things that Al has done was that he pitched a 4-hit shutout to the Sun City Sidewinders in the 1998 World Series. Now, shutouts may be more common in baseball, but in softball, almost never. So that's a great record. And at this time, I'd like to read a little bit from a note sent by George Bauer, who's the manager of the Arizona 75s. It is truly an honor for me to nominate Al Baca for the Senior Softball Hall of Fame. I got to know Al through senior softball. In fact, he introduced me to the game 12 years ago in Arizona. During these years, I watched Al demonstrate a great passion for the game as a player and a manager. He always gave 110% on the field and expected the same from his players. No performance on the field was way above average. His performance on the field was way above average. In fact, he pitched the no-hitter in 1998, which is still one of the major accomplishments in senior softball. His championship record is evident by all of the rings and all of the other awards he has won. Beyond the awards, including this one, the greatest award is for us to have the pleasure of Al participating in this event and contributing. Pleasure to present to Al Baca the Hall of Fame certificate and your induction into the Senior Softball Hall of Fame.
Just a few words, if I may. First of all, I'd like to thank Terry and Fran Dowell and Otis for all the help that they've been and support that they've been to me. I'd like to also mention Ridge and Ann Hooks from Plano, Texas. And of course, all my friends, my wife, my sons who are here with me today, relatives, anybody that supported me, I thank you. But I have one little disturbance. Cal Griffin, Jerry, what was his last name? Kramer, and Wade Boggs were introduced to the Baseball Hall of Fame recently, and they were all President George Bush called them individually and congratulated them. Well, he didn't call me, and I voted for him. Thank you so much, everybody.
Keith Swift, also of Mesa, Arizona, has been in senior softball for 24 years. That's about as long as senior softball has been around. He started playing in 1982, and he's played in every senior softball World Series except the 1999, and he's played in every senior softball World Championships except in 2002. It's an amazing record. That's a lot of tournaments. He's played for several Arizona teams, and he also played for the powerhouse Silverhawks of San Diego. In addition, Keith's managed teams in 1990, 1991, 1999, 2000, 2001, and 2002. His long list of awards includes 7 Senior Softball World Series rings and 6 Senior Softball World Championships rings and champions. At this time, I'd like to read something from Jim Sherling in his letter to the Hall of Fame board. Keith is well deserving of the Hall of Fame consideration. His endurance, versatility, and enthusiasm for senior softball is unmatched. Keith is still active and frequently asked to play in younger age brackets in major tournaments. Keith, you've been an inspiration to the sport, and at this time, it gives me a great deal of honor to present you with the plaque for the Hall of Fame Award for this year.
Right here, guys. Thank you.
Well, this is a great honor. It's the results of 24 years of senior softball. I went to school and was in the service for 25 years. I worked for 25 years, and now I'm going to play senior softball for over 25 years. There's a lot of people that I'd like to thank, mainly the Arizona 75 senior softball team that nominated me, and especially Jim Shirley. I'd like to thank all the players that have played with me and for me. And I'd especially like to thank my wife, who in 24 years has missed only one tournament. Thanks, Dora.
Oh, okay. Can we have a show of hands of the players here who played in the original Senior Softball World Series in 1989 in Greensboro, North Carolina?
Look at that.
This is quite a day for senior softball. Whether you fellas know it or not, every time you step on the field, provide inspiration for every other player, whether they're 5 or 50, who are playing the game. They look at you and they see great vitality, great sportsmanship, and just a great example to follow. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome you to the 2005 World Championships. Good luck, guys. Thank you very much.